Have you ever experienced a feeling that your emotions are in control of you, instead of the other way around? Imagine if I informed you about a method to conquer your emotions and manage your life. In this video, we're delving into the skill of controlling your emotions. Stay into the conclusion because you won't want to overlook these strong suggestions. Hit that like and subscribe, and let's begin our quest. Keep your body budget in good shape. Keeping your body budget in balance is the first step towards mastering your emotions. We've all heard the advice to eat healthy, exercise frequently, and get enough sleep. However, research consistently shows that these behaviors are necessary for an emotionally stable life. A quick stroll in a natural setting can improve mental health by lowering neural activity in the subgenual prefrontal cortex and reducing rumination. Your experience can be changed by shifting your body, which can also affect your predictions. Building a healthy body budget can be accomplished in a variety of ways, in addition to the fundamentals of a diet, rest, and exercise. These can consist of reading, doing yoga, getting massages, and going outside. Reading literature allows us to immerse ourselves in the story of another person, momentarily removing us from our thoughts. One opportunity to practice observing and experiencing emotions and then releasing them without passing judgment is through meditation. Exercises that increase the body's budget include giving, being grateful, and engaging in constructive social interactions. Know yourself thoroughly. Admitting to yourself that you are not rational is the first and most important step towards becoming rational. If you think you already know everything, you'll never be able to learn anything new. Ignorance is what our emotional sleeves love. We are unable to subdue it or influence it to act in our favor because many of us are unaware of how it functions and manipulates us. The path of becoming rational always starts with looking inward. To witness your emotional self in action, watch how you act and behave when you're under pressure. If you look closely at yourself, you'll notice that a pattern and underlying insecurity drive those decisions. The knowledge you will acquire from this experience will enable you to master your emotional self by getting to know yourself a little bit better each time you are in that situation. Examine your emotions to their roots. It happens all the time that our feelings come from something that has nothing to do with the circumstances we are in. Although our anger may be directed towards our colleagues, it may also originate from another source. It is not unusual for us to become triggered by seemingly trivial things. You consequently find yourself feeling angry over nothing. There is another thing causing that anger, so you need to look into it more now. In this case, anger is merely the outward manifestation of deeper feelings like envy or bad feelings. Or perhaps you're just venting your anger out on the people because you're upset with yourself. Writing any journal facilitates diving deeper into your emotional identity and clearing the surface to reveal the core. However, maintaining ruthless objectivity and a neutral stance are the rules when journaling, since looking deeper is something your ego wants you to avoid. It doesn't want you to find the cause. Instead, your ego will comfort you and help you rationalize your rage. Keep an honest mind throughout the entire exercise. Be brutal and accept things as they are. Cultivate emotional intelligence. Although it may invoke different images, emotional intelligence is defined as getting your brain to construct the most useful instance of the most useful emotion concept in a given situation. This will require you to sharpen your understanding of emotions. Rather than combining all effectively similar emotions under one general term, attempt to understand the subtle differences between the meanings of the various emotions. Just as there are many different ways to feel great, such as being joyful, ecstatic, thankful, or serene, there are also many different flavors of misery. Being able to differentiate between the subtle differences between various emotions will not only make you an expert in emotions, but will also provide your brain with additional options for efficiently anticipating and classifying your feelings, as well as better enabling you to adjust your behavior to the circumstances. Gain new experiences. Gather as many experiences as you can. You can create new experiences by traveling, reading books, watching movies, picking up new skills, trying out different cuisines, learning foreign languages, and even picking up new vocabulary in your mother's tongue. Your brain is stimulated to form new concepts and bide old ones in new ways, which affects your future predictions and behaviors. This is how all this novelty helps you to master your emotions. Expanding your vocabulary, for example, can help you feel better emotionally by introducing you to new ideas. These new ideas can help you become more adept at handling various situations, possibly even boosting your empathy and negotiating abilities. Accept people as facts. Since we're all flawed in different ways, no two people are exactly alike. Every person we encounter, see, or communicate with is attempting to fit into our mold, and those who don't are either ignored, hated, or subjected to judgment. That's the main reason behind our emotional chaos. So we want them to think and act the way we want them to, or to change to suit our irrational desires. When this unrealistic wish isn't met, it causes us to become sad, upset, angry, and occasionally jealous. Every individual, including yourself, possesses a certain amount of imperfections, fears, and weaknesses. The beauty of their variety is that it adds to their richness and interest. People just exist as they are. Consider whether or not you'd find the world interesting if everyone were exactly like you, rather than criticizing, transforming, or boxing them in. Consider observing and comprehending them. When you do that, you'll find that they have a lot more things in common than you initially imagined. Additionally, you will be able to accept them for who they are and gain a deeper understanding of them. Like you, they will appear to be flawed and irrational. You'll experience serenity as a result of gradually ceasing to resist them and beginning to accept them. Learn to distinguish your emotions more finely. Gaining a more detailed understanding of the differences between emotions can enhance an individual's ability to control their emotions by giving them more insight into how to modify their actions and handle situations. Research has also demonstrated that individuals with high emotional discrimination were less likely to turn to binge drinking or experience stress-related emotional overload. In one research, individuals who feared spiders experienced less anxiety when they used different terms associated with fear and anxiety to describe their feelings. 5th and 6th graders were also able to enhance their social behavior and academic performance in the classroom by expanding their vocabulary of emotional words. On the other hand, people who suffer from depressive and social anxiety disorders typically display and feel less distinct negative emotions in day-to-day life. Keep track of positive experiences. Every time we focus on a concept, it gets reinforced and solidified in our mental model of the world. Positive ideas will become more prominent when you savor and pay attention to them, which will help you anticipate and foster more positive situations in the future. Noting down happy memories is a simple method to keep them in mind. However, staying on unpleasant experiences facilitates the neural networks in your brain from repeating those ideas in the future. Make smart investments because every experience you create is one. Sow the seeds of the experiences you hope to recreate later. Deconstruct and recategorize your emotions. Instead of allowing your physical senses to serve as a lens through which you perceive the outside world, learn to dissect emotions into their most basic elements. Dissecting your emotions, for example nervousness, to their bodily experiences, for example a pounding heart, can provide unexpected advantages. Firstly, unlike ideas and emotions, bodily sensations are impersonal and simpler to let go. Additionally, behavior regulation benefits from recategorization. Reclassifying anxiety as the body's natural coping mechanism has led to improvements in test scores and public speaking abilities, for instance. Painkillers may even become less desirable to those who experience chronic pain if they learn to distinguish physical sensations from the unfavorable feelings that accompany them. Pain may also be seen as merely a physical experience rather than a personal catastrophe. In other words, our emotions and actions can be influenced by how we interpret our inner states. Rather than assuming that your unpleasant feelings are personal, treat yourself like you have a virus when you're feeling down. Your emotions could just be sounds. And lastly, cultivate awe. Awe is the emotion that exists between the edge of fear and the highest point of pleasure, which can increase our body's budget in a variety of ways. Lower levels of pro-inflammatory cytokines, which are molecules linked to various illnesses at elevated levels, have been demonstrated to be strongly predicted by experiencing awe. Wonder inspires inquiry, a sense of interconnectedness, and a need to learn more. There are a lot of opportunities to be in awe of nature in particular. Awe invokes the sweeping presence of vastness, whether it be in the stillness of newly fallen snow on a mountain peak, the wilderness of a turbulent ocean, or the flawlessness of a rainbow. The ability to return to awe repeatedly as we cultivate it can offer the gift of fresh insight and occasionally much needed removal from ourselves. That's it, fellas. If you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more informative content. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay motivated and in control of your emotions. Speaking of emotions, want to know how Aurelius took control of his life and the Roman Empire? Join us where we unveil the secrets of how Aurelius mastered his mind.